Hello. I haven't done it live in quite a while, so let's see if this is going to work nicely. I just got to pull it up on my iPad so I can see if anybody joins me. There it is. Comments are there. Okay. Looks like I could zoom in a little. Sorry for the shaking. Just get things positioned nicely. Okay, looks like I'm ready. So hopefully somebody will join in and watch, but either way this video will be posted and we can save it to watch it later. Today what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of these little art journal pages that I've done recently, and they all kind of fall into some of these different prompts for each month that have been posted in the Elizabeth Craft groups. So there's 3 different groups. There's the art journal group, there's the ATC, artist trading card group, and then there's also a Sidekick Saturday prompt. So not using anything from this today, but I have been working my way through these as well. So today I'm working in the art journal. So I have this one here. So this is from the ATC prompts, which is only 2 colors for February. And then I also have 2 watercolor ones that I did for the January prompt for the journal together one. And what I found was when I go and do one of these, I end up with something like this. But when you put it in your art journal, which I should have grabbed so I could show you, sorry. When you go to put it in here, oh, that's the wrong one. Oh my, where did it go? I've misplaced it. Anyway, we'll just show you in this one. This one's too big, but same thing. So when you go to put it in here, you end up with it like this, and then the next page goes like this. And so your double-sided page is different. So what I decided to do instead is to attach these together. So I've taken these 2 pages that were separate, and I've just glued those 2 pages together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper. So I cut this piece of paper out of one of the Reminiscence books, and I'm going to use that piece of paper to hold them together. Looks like we've got some people watching now. Hi Janice, glad that you could join. And so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll be able to just pick one spot to slide it into my journal. And so let's get going with that. So I'll just get that out of the way for now. And I'm going to start with this. So I did cut this just a little bit bigger. I'm going to stick that on there, and then I'll trim it off. So where's my adhesive? Right here. So I'm just going to use my regular ATG gun for this. I don't think I need to worry too much about any fancy adhesive. This is actually the thinner paper from the Reminiscence book, because since it's going on top, this is watercolor paper, it's quite heavy, so I didn't want to double up with very heavy paper. So just stick that on there. And then my plan is to actually have it on the back as a ripped piece. So see, I do need to trim that. So then that one's going to go here. So I need to make sure that I have enough of a piece there so that it doesn't buckle when I go to close it. I don't want to attach it this way because then I won't have enough room for that to fold over. So I need to make sure that I measure that correctly. So I'm just going to rip this, and I might say save that little piece because you never know. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to trim this up first, and I'm going to ink my edges so it looks like I can pretty much just go right along that line. and then I'm just going to grab some dark brown ink. And I'm going to ink those edges. So this will also help it blend in to that background piece if I'm off slightly. Go like this. Let's just pull that one up. Just have to be careful because this is quite thin, this paper. And I've got a bunch of stuff all pre-cut as well, so that hopefully I can get a whole bunch of stuff done in an hour. Okay, I'm not gonna put any adhesive like right over that little piece there because it's going to buckle as I open and close. Okay, so, oops. I want to get that lined up as best as I can, and I'm just gonna pull that across. There. So it does have this little piece here, but this is probably where I'll put it into the elastic. I might have to reinforce that so that it holds, and I'll maybe put something on this side. So this is the first time I've done this. And again, it's because I struggle with when I do these little prompts, I have this 2-page layout, but when I put it in, it doesn't necessarily match if I just slide everything under the elastic. Okay. So I've got that together now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this front piece. So for this cover, I've pre-cut some pieces. So I'm just going to shift some things around here. I grabbed just some scrap paper and I jotted down the pieces that I was working with. So this globe comes from Planner Essentials 28. So I cut that out of there. And then this little RV, I didn't jot down which one that came from. That comes from the suitcase set, the suitcase journal set. That's where that comes from. And then I have grabbed this stamp set, which also comes from the suitcase set. So I'm going to stamp and do that. So first I'm going to ink this. So I'm just going to grab my brush for that because it will obviously get all of these little pieces a little bit better. And then I'm going to attach that to my page. And that's going to kind of be my background. So one thing that I really have been enjoying with these art journals is I don't have to incorporate photos. So I'm a huge scrapbooker. I love doing mini books, but I like 12 by 12 layouts as well. But it always revolves around photos. So this was actually, has been very freeing to be able to do this and not worry about photos. So it's just really about the art. Okay, so this is just some liquid adhesive that I have, but it's handy when I'm doing the die cuts because I never remember to put the double-sided tape on the paper before I run it through my machine. So maybe a little crooked there, but that's okay. Some of it's going to be covered up, and I'm just going to put this bust together. So I think for that, I will use my liquid glue. It'll probably be easier with this. This is my first time actually using this little camper. I got the suitcase die when it first came out with all thoughts of making all kinds of things, and I honestly have hardly used it at all. So it's fun to be able to actually use some of it. Okay, so just get that attached. I actually cut it out in both pieces in silver and black, just because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do, but I thought it looked better with the windows being silver. And then these I was gonna do black, but I pulled out those little silver inserts, so those will get stuck down when I put my bust and layout. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna do it that way. Got a little bit of glue seeping out there. Okay. And then I use my ATG as much as possible. So I'm going to use that to stick my bust down. There we go. I think he's going to go over here. Looks like I got a little bit of glue on the silver, so I might try and clean that up after. I'll stick those tires down. See if I can get it lined up nicely. I think that looks good. And then I saved this one the little window on the door. So I think I'm gonna put that, am I gonna put that back in, or I was gonna put this in. So I think I'll do that. Whoops, losing all the pieces. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that in there just so I can get my placement right. Put my little bit of adhesive, my glue on there, and then stick that down, and then pop that piece back out. Just gotta be careful that it doesn't have any glue seeping over. Oh, and it moved. Yeah, that looks okay. And then I need these little, I think I'm gonna get my little jewel picker sticky thing for that. And then I can just put my adhesive inside the opening to stick that down. Yes, that looks nice. And then my other one. Get in there. There we go. Okay, so that's on there. So now I'm going to add some other embellishments to this one. So like I said, I think I'm going to stamp this little circle. So I thought this one was kind of cute with the airplane. And I'm going to stamp it, I think, on some of that paper. Or do I want to use, I have a little bit of craft. I don't think it's going to look good on the craft. So I think I'm going to stamp it on this. So these are timesheets that I grabbed at a thrift shop. That's what I made, oops, these with. So I have a video that shows how I did that. But I just kind of like that color. It goes nicely because it's quite neutral. So I'm going to just stamp it with this brown ink. There we go. And then I just have my die cutting machine just behind me. So I'm just going to quickly turn around and do that. This circle die is from one of the planner sets as well. Whoa, a little loud over here. I can't remember which actual planner set that came from. But it was around, it's a stitched one. You can see it's got the stitching on it. It was around a little word saying. Okay, and then I'm going to ink the edges of that one. And then I had these little, I have some other things there. I don't know if I want to use anything else, but I had this little, I made up some tickets. I have a few other little pieces. There's the other trailer piece that I made. Wasn't sure if I wanted to add any of these little pieces in. Ticket might be kind of fun. Seems a little bit big. Or I also have these little word sayings. I don't know if any of them are really suitable for this though, because they're all kind of like home themed, love themed. They might be better on one of the other layouts. Something like that might be nice though. I kind of like that. I like that it has a different color in it. I'm not really a big person to do a lot of layers. I tend to keep mine a little bit simpler. It's just kind of the way that I like my designs. I think part of it is I'm not very good at layering up things. Okay, so there, I think that's good. That's the front. I'll have to take a little wet wipe or something and see if I can get some of that glue off. Okay, and then we'll move on to the back one next. Better clean my stamp off before I move on. So I'll set those aside, and then my next one, I've got these little pieces ready to go. So I had put washi on the edges of these because when I cut this as little pockets, they're meant for postage stamps. So I put some washi tape to hold those edges down because that's a cut edge. This one already had tape on it, which you can see on this back side here. But the washi didn't cover it completely. So I'm going to start by just covering that up, I think. Putting a little bit more of the washi on there. And then that gives me a little bit of an edge there. And then I can trim that up. And I think, let's see, what do I want to do with that? I think I'm just going to leave it like that and put my pieces on it. So, this is a tag from Jeans. I've been collecting some nice ones lately. I just think some of them are kind of cool. A lot of them are quite heavy and thick. This one is just kind of cardstock weight. But I thought it was kind of a neat color and texture. So I thought I'm going to use that. And I think it's going to work out nicely on here. So I cut a little piece of that paper just to fit over top of all of the text. Again, this is the thinner paper from the Reminiscence book. And then that's just going to go on top and cover up those words. So right about there. There. And then I had these little bits of string left. Whoops. I don't think I like it with the white, so I think I'm going to put a bit of this in there. So I don't like to cut my string until I know what size it's going to be. So when it's short like this, it's easy to do that. If it's on a big long roll, obviously you can't do that, but I guess you could if you had the loop was big enough to fit your roll through. That's good. There we go. So I think I'm just going to go ahead. Can't even see that I ripped that edge anymore because that tag is so large. But I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to stick that down. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't. Trying to make sure I can see these comments and it's hard to see them. Looks like we've got a few more folks that have jumped in. Cindy and Ingrid, hello. I've got one of these tickets here. So this is one of the ones that I made again on that timesheet. So I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to put all this together. So I am rushing a little bit because I thought I want to try and get as much done as I can in an hour. And I still have 2 more pages that I want to do. So hopefully I'm not going too fast. I think I like that. So just stick that down right about there. And I didn't punch the little inserts out, but I am doing that. So this bicycle, I think this is also from the suitcase one. I don't know if those aren't punch outs. Okay. And then we got to see if this actually does anything on the silver. I don't know how that will work. Yeah, it looks like it gives it a bit of a aged look, so that's good. Yeah, I like that. Just makes it look a little not as bright, I guess. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So again, no adhesive on the back, so I just have to put my own on. So I'll just use my liquid adhesive again. Make sure I get a bit on all of the little pieces that might get caught. That should be good. We're gonna go like there, I think. And it feels like it still needs something else. What else do we want? Let's see. Let's just dump this out and have a look. I don't think we want another ticket. I got these funky things. So on my next page, you'll see these are the inserts from something. They're kind of funky. I thought they were neat. And then these, I did those because I was going to use them and then I didn't like them. So I cut them again and just have those. These arrows are kind of nice. Oh, hey Liz, it's good to see you. It's kind of big. But that little guy's kind of neat. And there's one more arrow. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put a couple of arrows in this little, there, I kind of like that. So I'm gonna ink it with this one. Let's see if I can ink these without destroying them. That looks okay. I might have to pull out, I think I gotta trim that. The die cutting of this, it was a little die cut from a 49 a market sheet, but it's a little bit off. There, that's better. It's hard to ink some of these. Maybe I'm better off with my brush, but I don't know. Oh, look, I didn't cut the little tabby thing off. I'm a little bit OCD about that when they're die cuts and they have that little tab that was holding them on. I do not like to see those. I always feel that they have to be cut off. So I end up spending a lot of time doing that. Okay, I don't like that either. It's a little bit too much white there. Let's just try this. See if I can do this without cutting right through it. There we go. Did I get it? Not quite. I think the tip of my scissors are a bit dull because I've used them for things that I probably shouldn't have used them for. Because they're so handy, they're just sitting right there. Okay, where is my little, this thing? These are handy. I think I showed them in a little reel the other day. They're, I think from Hunky Dory, I think. They're very handy. So let's just cut a little bit of this off before I start inking this time. One's not as thick. I think I might leave that there. How's that look? Another little tab there. Okay, let's just go with it. Yeah, so if I put enough ink, it will just cover up the white bits. I think my fingernails are stained almost permanently now. I've been doing so much inking lately. Okay, are we good? I think that's good. Okay, so now I can stick those down. Whoops, this one. Go. So put that there, that there. Stick that down. Okay. A bit too much glue, I think. I do that sometimes. Just tap it off on my scrap paper. Okay, and then this one, just use regular. And then that one's gonna go right there. Okay, nice. That looks a little bit crooked. Oh well, stuck now. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put a little bit of this adhesive on here. That the other one dries very quickly, so sometimes dries before I get a chance to actually stick stuff down. Okay, so now this is looking much better. So these I'm gonna do next, but I think I'm going to do something with this because I don't want that. That will, if I put this under my elastic here, then that's gonna start to wear out really fast. So I need to put something that's going to protect it a little bit better. So what I might do, let me see, what have I got? I've got this. One second, I'm just gonna look at my dies here because I just thought of something that I know I have. I just gotta see if I can find it real quick. Hopefully you can still hear me while I'm over here. If not, then I'll just do it after. I got a lot of dies to flip through. Here, this is it. Or not, that's one of them. I think that's the one. Okay, we'll just go with this. Okay, so I don't remember which die set this is. Anyway, just grab this one. So I've got this. It would have been better to do it first, but let's give it a try. See what that will do. So I'll run that through and then we'll give that a try. Okay. Okay. So let's ink that up. And then there is actually a frame to go on this too. And I could even stamp some words on there. And it's scored right there. Whoops, both sides. What would that do? What do you think? I can probably, see, I just glued that down. I shouldn't have glued that down, but I can slide it under there like that. I'm gonna give that a try. Okay, so I want to do it when it's flat, and then it will bend this piece, which I'm gonna just try and bend it a little bit more there. Okay, make sure I get some really good adhesive coverage on this because it is going to be on the fold, so I want to make sure that it sticks to it really well. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. So I'm going to slide it under that. Am I in the middle? I think that's about it. And then, there we go. I bet you I could even. That's good. Okay, so there. So that gives that side of it a little bit extra strength. And then I think I'll put some washi maybe on there, but this washi is too thin. I just realized I didn't close up my glues and they're gonna get clogged on me. So let me have a look. What other washi I have? Oh, I wonder what these would look like. I have some fabric washies that I got. Let's see, maybe. I'm gonna grab out my actual pieces for these pages first so that I have everything I need. Okay, let's just get some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, there's another die. Gotta make sure I don't lose those dies that I pulled out of my sets. Remember where they go. Okay, this is stuck because I put a stamp in here. Okay, get that one out. So that one is for the left side. So what I'm gonna do is put that paper there, stamp on it. I cut out a couple of these little pieces. I've got the little bird. I've got a frame, and then there's that little maze piece that I showed you the insides of it earlier. A little word. So that's kind of the plan for that one. And then this is the other side. So again, I put a stamp in there, so I gotta unstick that. There we go. And these are all the pieces for that side. So again, a stamp, because I'm gonna stamp on the background. I just realized I have that upside down. Who noticed that? There we go. Okay, so then on this side, I'm gonna stamp, and then I'm just gonna put all these pieces together. I pulled this out of my stash, again, another 49 a market piece, so I thought that might be nice to go across the pages. And I actually took a little snapshot of what I was gonna do here. I think I was gonna do something like this. That's gonna go there. I've got this guy and that. So something like this. So anyway, I'm gonna start with the stamping. So that piece of paper needs to stick on there. But I'm wondering, I think I will stamp on it first because that way I'll get a crisper image. So just grab my stamp mat. And I'm also going to stamp on these. So I should I'll do all my stamping at once. Grab this paper. It's now stuck. There we go. Okay, so I want to stamp. This one goes on here. So I'm going to pull out that card. And this is going to be hard because now that I put that on there, it doesn't want to fold. Oh, there. Okay. So this one is going to go on here. So just grab my brown ink again. Get that inked up. I think that's good. I'm going to go down here like that. There. Oh, some green on there for some reason. Oh, I think that's just green from when I was doing this. Okay, so I think that's good. Push that back down on there. That was because it was stuck to the washi, and the washi, of course, it's not adhering to that as well. Give that a quick clean. And then these, so as you saw, I had tried to do them and then color them in, excuse me. And I didn't really care for my coloring. I'm not that great at watercoloring. So instead I thought I would just distress them. So this stamp is from the new one. So if you haven't seen it yet, you have to check out David's new release. The stamp is CS343. I think I got an extra 4 in there. Script from the past. So it's pretty cool, this script stamp, and it's huge. So it's great to use it on your stamping platform, but I do have this massive block. So I'm just gonna ink up some of this. And let's see how that looks. So we're just gonna, I guess I'll just do one at a time. Is that, and like that. Okay, Mr. Bear, there. I don't know. Just thought I'd give it a try and see what it looks like. That one's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Whoops, and I slid. Probably darker than it should have been. But I'm okay with that. I think it's okay. That'll clean. Get it out of the way. And then I'm just going to distress them anyway. And I'm going to kind of maybe over distress them. That will lighten up a little bit once it dries. And just make sure that I got lots of ink on there. This is just my way to cheat and not have to color them. I could have stamped them on pattern paper as well. That would have been fun. I thought about like just highlighting a couple of spots, but again, I'm not great at that kind of thing. Need more practice. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp this one too. So I'm going to go this way. So this one is with this stamp. So I just need to switch. So these stamps here are from, which set was that? Did I write that one down? That one is from the C306, Good Old Times. That's these. And then this is CS170. These two script ones, they are from Words and Layers. Okay, so that is going to go here. I don't even think I've used this. So I'm just making sure that there's nothing on that stamp. And I'll get a nice crisp image. I've said this before, but during the manufacturing process, you often get oils on your stamps. So when they're brand new, see if I, not bad. Sometimes the ink doesn't always stick to them. So if you ever notice when you're inking a stamp, especially when it's a stamp that has more of a solid, your ink tends to bubble up. You just need to season that stamp and get some of that oil off of it. And then that will usually give you a much better image. And same, like if it's wet, like if I needed to stamp this again, it's just too wet. So I need to make sure it's dry. So you can air dry it, but I also can do the same thing, and then that will help to dry it up. So, I mean, you don't really see an awful lot of that image on here, but I think it's just enough, certainly enough for me. So I am going to stick this one down and then I'll trim it up. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. I definitely want to be on that edge and that edge, I think. So just make sure that I got a bunch of adhesive on there. Okay, so I'm going to line it up on this corner here. Whoops, make sure I go there and there. There we go. So this side is very dimensional, so it's kind of hard to get a good flat surface to push that down, but just make sure that I give it a good push onto there, and this is going to be a little bit hard too because it's backwards for me. Let's try this. Okay, go this way. Just trim that up. Oops, and then I'll have to be careful when I'm inking that edge that I don't get it on the back side. See if I can do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to have to put some more adhesive on that back piece there, because that one just isn't sticking because it's washi, and washi doesn't stick that great. Let's just, since we're not going to see it anyway, let's just take that washi off of there. So the reason the washi was on there to begin with was because my actual paper broke because it's so thick. So it actually split when I folded it. So I put the washi on to just kind of make sure that it didn't get any worse. Okay, so let's go with that there. Okay, and maybe I'll even put a bit under that edge too, just to make sure that I'm stuck down really well there. And once I've got that, I shouldn't need to be bending it around too much anymore to pull it off. Okay, so hopefully that's nice and stuck down. And then we need to find something to do here. So what do I want to do there? I'm gonna have like this. And this, maybe I'll put like a piece of black on it. I don't know. Let's cover this back up again. I tend to forget to do that. I don't want my glue to dry out. Okay, just my little scraps. Keep them handy. Kind of like that. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, but I can use that side. Probably ripped too much off of that. I like the idea of it being torn. Yeah, and then I'll have to really push that down in there. So I am still going to ink the edge, just because then it eliminates the white. It doesn't matter there, because I'm gonna have to cut that off. Okay, so I'm gonna stick it on one side. I'm gonna try and, I guess what I'll do is I'll score it, just so that there's one score in there, and then I'll kind of like, I think, shove the score into that opening. We'll see. I don't know. I've never done this, but it's a problem that I wanted to try and work out, so I'm doing it live. And I just scored that on the wrong side, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm supposed to fold a score line on the mountain side like that. But that's the wrong way, so I'll do it that way first, and then I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so that's like that. I don't know. I just don't, it's gonna, whatever, we'll give it a try. I'm just gonna use some of this adhesive first. Whoops, that's not gonna hold it too tight, I don't think. I think it will come off if I need it to. Let's see. Yeah, that's the short side. Oh, I'm just gonna move that up. I don't like that. Here, you know what I'll do is I'll line it up with the edge. And then I only have to trim one side. That makes sense. Okay, like that. And then I go like this. So let's see what happens when I do that. Yeah, I kind of thought that might happen. I think it needs to be thinner paper so that it will bend more. So I think I'm gonna take that off. So in order to do thinner paper, I need a piece from that, which I don't have handy. So I will just grab one of my books here and find a piece. So something that's going to go with that, but I do think I want it to contrast. So I'm might need to look at a different book. These are all pretty white. What other one? I do have most of them. It's very bright. Okay, keep trying. Got 2 more to choose from. Let's see. Probably this one. That, which is like the back, so maybe I'll just use that. One more look. Maybe a brown would be okay too, like that. Ooh, I like that. Let's see if I think I have a piece of that, but nope, that's the thinner one. Okay, let's go with that one. I like that one. Okay, so we're gonna cut a piece with the ruler. 1.5 inches. But that's not the same piece. That's funny. But that's a different piece. Just has the same pattern on that one side. Okay, let's try that again. Ooh, I also have this, but I think that's even might be too thick. Craft paper. So 1.5. And you know what I didn't do is to rip the edge. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, sorry folks, let's do this. There we go. This time I'm going to use the side with the tear because it's a lighter color. And I'm going to ink the edge anyway. There we go. We'll see, this still might not work, but I might have to just leave it. Something like that. There we go. Okay. It's kind of dark on there, but it's okay. It's the same as the others, although I didn't ink that other one yet. Which I'll do that quickly while I'm thinking of it. Just get that edge all inked up. Hopefully that one will work. It doesn't really work very well on the washi tape. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's try that again. I don't think I did that up far enough. I'm losing my washi tape there. I'm gonna have to glue that. So it's still, so what I want it to do is to go into this groove. So maybe I just need to push it in there. That's better. See, and now it will fall. Okay, that's what I needed to do. So because it's thinner, I'm able to do that. And then I can just trim off that edge. There we go. There. Okay, so that's what I was missing. I just needed to get that pushed in there, and now it sits there. Let's just put some glue glue under this washi before I lose it completely. I don't use washi tape a lot. I have a lot of it, but I don't tend to use it too often. Okay, so now I'm liking that. That looks really nice. Okay, so this one goes on this side, and I've got 2 of these. Whoops. That one, and then this one is the bear. So, see, the fabric tape probably would have worked too, but it would have been harder to get stuck. Oh, I didn't ink that bottom piece there. There we go. Okay, so where are the rest of my pieces now? I've moved everything around all over. Now I don't know where anything is. Got that. I had a bunch of little pieces. Somewhere, here they are. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this one down. Oops, so this is from the Reminiscence book as well, this paper. It's the same as this. It was just some of the scraps that were left, and I just cut out the little tickets. Oh, I like that underneath. Let me see if I can get that underneath the edge. Oh, I might have to put some glue on that after. Whoops. There we go. There we go. It's okay, I can put some glue on that if I need to. And then there was another ticket. This one. Whoops. So these I already inked the edges, so I just used the same brown. Ink those edges. There we go. This guy's going. Where do I want to put him? That's kind of fun. Whoops. Maybe I'll put that there. Yeah, I'm going to put that underneath. I was going to put it over top. But it's kind of, doesn't have an awful lot to do with the picture, so a bear is certainly not baking anything. Let's stick it over that. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can get enough glue on here so that the whole thing will stick. So let's do this. Grab this one. Oh, I can't get my lid off. There we go. Okay. And then just get as much on here as I can quickly so that it's not gonna dry out before I stick it down. Okay, hopefully that's good. And then I'm just gonna stick this like up here. Whoops. Okay, I need my piece of paper. This is not working. It's probably not gonna work because it dried, I think. Yeah, it didn't work very well. This is when you wish that you had put double-sided adhesive on before you die cut. Oh well. I'll just get some of the edges, and then the pieces on top will help to hold it down anyway. Just need to make sure I get most of the little ends, because they're the ones that will get caught or bend back or whatever. Oh, it's having a really hard time. It's sticky on the top now, so it's making it difficult. Okay, let's just stick this bear down and hold it. There. Okay. Whoops. Come on, get that back in there. Okay, so let's stick this guy down. Okay. We're going to put him down right there. And then I've got this. So I can put a little word in there. I think I will put that there, but I'm going to wait until I get the other side done. So let's do this other side. I've got this little thing too. I think I was going to put that on there somewhere. I don't know. I've got these little pieces to go under the bird. And again, I've got, oh, I can't pick that up. I've got that. So the bird definitely doesn't stand out very well with that on there. I don't know. I don't really want to put that in the same spot as it is on the other page. But I do feel like it needs something underneath it. So maybe like that. That's the same color. So what about a ticket? Or I've got these other pieces. That's not very dark either. I think one of these might work. I did something like that. Or like that. I think I'm going to do that. And that kind of brings that lighter color from that side over to this side, which is always nice to create balance when you're working on two pages together. So that's just gonna pretty much goes the whole way. Okay, let's try this. I'm just gonna try and hit some of the spots. See if this works better. Oops. I can hear my stomach growling. I hope you can't. Oh, this is very finicky. Oh, there's an end. That one. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I think that's good enough. I'm gonna go about there so that I overlap that. Stick that down. That worked better. And there's my little birdie gone. There he is. I'll stick him down. I don't think I'm going to put adhesive right to the edge in case I want to tuck something in there. Go like that. Oh, I didn't even use any of this. But it's kind of redundant because it's like putting the same thing on the same, so I don't really care for that. And then the reason was I was going to put that up there, but it fits better this way. So is this going to look stupid if I put this one here and this one here? Because again, it always looks better when you kind of balance things out. So maybe we'll just, whoops, that's not good. Pull that up, do something more like that. And then that can go up here like that. And then that one goes here. Okay, that's better. And just go one more over there. Most of it's still good. Straight there. Okay. There we go. We need to find some words to stamp in that. And then do I even want to think about that here? It's kind of, I don't know. What do you think? I'm not sure if I like that. I really want to use that piece just because I'm tired of it laying around. Yeah, maybe I will. Okay, so what stamps have we got? Again, these are from the new collection. Stitch Borders and Journal Phrases 3. Create for Fun. This is 347 Artist Trading Coins. So if you haven't seen the Artist Trading Coins, fantastic new fun item. This doesn't really have any words on it, but it's fun too. It looks like I had an awful time with my, oh no, that one I did correctly. But I was having a hard time with the label maker apparently. Or I have those two, I thought. This is the other one. This is the one that I used for there. No, I think I'm just gonna go with this. So I'm gonna pull these two out. Oh, I'm at an hour. Okay, I'm gonna quickly stamp these and then we're gonna be done. I was doing good on time and then I wasn't. Okay, so let's see if this will fit on that one. Create for Fun, which is what I like doing now. As I mentioned at the beginning, these art journals have really freed me to create for fun instead of creating to put pictures on a layout. Okay, so that one. And then I'm going to use this one. Nope, wrong one. Where did the other stamp go? Here it is. Oh, that one's going to be too big. I'm just going to stamp one word. So I just want to stamp the Create because it won't fit with everything. So I'll just show you a quick trick. I don't need it all to be on the stamp and I'm just going to do this. Create. There we go. Okay, and then these go on there real quick. Oh, come on, let's go. I always seem to get a little bit crooked with my words there. Oh well. That's how you know it's handmade, right? That's what we say when we're making cards. If it's crooked, then people will know that it's handmade. Yeah, that one is too. I tend to like to stamp first and then die cut often. I find that that stops me from getting crooked, but even sometimes when I do that, they still end up a little bit crooked. Just get rid of that. Ink that up. Just get this on there and then I'll just do a quick flip and show you the whole little book here. So that one goes up there. I'm just going to cover that up, I think. And then this one goes on the there. Just going to go just on top of that. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So that's a little bit tight now, but I think it's going to be okay. So we've got that cover, and now we've got the inside. And then I've added that one in there to join everything together. I've got this one and now the back. So now I can slide this right into my journal. Too bad I didn't remember where I put, oh look, there it is. There it is. Okay, so here's the actual journal that this is for. So this, showed you some of that. I did a process video on that whole thing. That was my submission, one of my submissions for being on the design team for Elizabeth Craft. And now that actually works out really nice because my elastic tucks perfectly into that. It just doesn't fold. It's tight, right? I can feel the tightness, but that's okay. And now it's in, this is my little journal that I made myself with some Craft Text paper, fabric, whatever it is. And that's all done. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll see you on Friday on the Elizabeth Craft design page. Please be sure to join me there and I will be making some fun shaker coins. Bye-bye. I don't know how to stop the video.